In progress.
Well, hello, night owls. How are you doing today? I hope you are all having a fabulous November. It is now November 11th, 2022. I have been in my MBA program since September 1st, and I thought this would be a good time to give an update on how things are going for me and what I think about the program so far. And compared to the bachelor's program that I took at WGU. Um, I graduated in March with my bachelor's of business administration, IT management, and then I decided I would continue on and go get my MBA. It's now been 2 months and about 2 weeks now. And so far, I have passed 4 classes out of the 11 that's required, and things are doing good. Uh, I live in Southwest Florida, and we ended up having a Hurricane Ian. You probably saw it on the news. That caused a bunch of trouble. So I lost about a week or two of study time due to that situation. But I still feel things are doing good. I mean, 4 classes of my MBA done in 2 months and 2 weeks is pretty good. I'm happy for that. I set an initial goal to be able to graduate with my MBA within a year. I set myself a nice, comfortable goal. And basically, to accomplish that, I just need to pass a class a month, right? That's pretty good. And so far, I've done 2 classes uh, in 2 months, and I'm currently working on my fifth. So if I can get this done, my fifth class done in the next 4 days, then I'll be at one course every 2 weeks. Now, mind you guys, I work a lot. I work 40 to 50 hours. I'm learning a new role after graduation. Well, step back for a second. Before graduation, I was a truck driver. I drove 70 hours a week, 60 hours a week. It all depended on the week. And then after I graduated with my bachelor's, my company offered me an opportunity to become a logistics supervisor. It was a good opportunity, and I accepted it. With that opportunity came a lot to learn. Right now, I'm still in the transition. You know, it is one thing to know your job very well. It's a whole nother thing to be able to lead other people to do that job very well. And it has been a challenge. I'm not going to lie. I have a lot to learn about when it comes to management. However, I was I've been in the role since June, and last month I got promoted to a logistics manager. So I guess I must not be doing too bad. However, like I said, I still got a lot to learn. I know how to be a truck driver. I know how to do the job well. I know how to get things done efficiently. But I'm learning how to encourage individuals to do the same thing because unfortunately, not everybody is as let's get the job done. You know, not everybody has that eagerness to do better. There's uh, there's a lot of people that they just want to do just enough, and so things I am learning as I go through this process. Uh, anyways, so with learning the new role of being a logistics manager on top of hurricane, on top of life, I feel pretty good that I've completed 4 classes in was that 10 weeks, and I feel very confident that I will complete my MBA within a year. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to do it in 6 months just so that I can save some money. 5,000 or 4,700 is that's it's a chunk of money, and there's really no guarantee at all that after I graduate this program that it will turn into anything more. I mean, I hope it does, but there's just no guarantee. And my whole point is I want to make sure my return on investment is good. So in the I want to keep that cost as low as I can so that even if it doesn't turn out anything, that I really don't lose too much. However, getting your MBA is kind of like it's just going to get you looked at a little bit more. It's not going to guarantee you the job. And also in the same aspect, you're really not going to know if the MBA got you that job, right? You're just you don't know if that is going to be the deciding reason of why you got the job or why you got the interview. So you'll never know. But you hope it does, right? So, and that's why we're here. We're here for continual improvement, continual self-improvement. I'm also trying to I want to learn this information because it is very essential to what I'm trying to learn and trying to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay a manager, just because, like I said, I'm good at learning a job and doing it very, very well. And right now I'm still trying to learn on mentoring other people to do jobs very, very well. And I'm not quite sure yet if that role is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. So I'm still learning and I'm still looking for what I may want to do in the future. But as it is right now, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to learn the job as best as I can. Now, I'd like to talk to you guys about the program and things to look for. I mean, so far it's been very straightforward, not much different from my bachelor's. However, there are significant differences. Primarily, the biggest difference comes from the performance assessments, the papers. Guys, each one of these papers is probably the length or has as much detail put into it as a bachelor degree capstone project. Pretty much every single essay that I've had to write so far is between 15 and 20 pages. And a lot of the classes, you have 2 or 3 essays you got to do for that course, and those are like 15-page essays per task. So it's a lot more involved. It's not hard. It's completely doable. It's just a lot more involved. And the biggest reason is you have to describe things a lot more. So let's put it to context. So you might say, let's say you're writing a paper about, let's say Starburst is a candy, right? And in a bachelor's program, you might say Starburst is delicious and people want to have that. They want to eat it. But in the master's degree, you have to say like Starburst is delicious and people want to have it. And we found out this by performing surveys of like 10,000 people, and those people decided that they like the texture of the Starburst, they like the sweetness of the Starburst, and they felt it was better than candy, whatever, because of these. So things to know and things you can practice when you're in your bachelor's program, might as well start now. Get the practice in so that if you decide to go for your MBA, it's just a whiz, right? So they talk about with your writing, uh, learning an acronym called IDES. Again, IDES, writing acronym. You're going to identify what you're talking about. You're going to describe what you're talking about. You're going to explain what you're talking about, and then you're going to specifically mention how and why that is. So, like I said, you like the starburst. It's or people like the starburst. The how did you find out about that? Is you did a survey and people decided they liked it because it was sweet and a good flavor, whatever, right? So everything you can't just make a statement. You have to explain that statement. You gotta what you could do in the bachelor's program with like a 2 or 3 sentence. You gotta it's gonna be more like a whole paragraph in the master's degree. And like every single statement you make is gonna be a paragraph. It's like you got to explain that statement. And you'd be surprised at how many statements you're making in a paper. So, and if you don't have it, they're going to kick it back to you, say, "Hey, you got to explain why this is, or why, how you came to this conclusion." Um, and you're going to have to spend time doing it. But like I said, it's completely doable. It's just more work. It's going to take more effort. It is a master degree program, right? So you got to be able to show that you know your stuff. So far, the performance I mean, not the performance, the objective assessments have been exactly the same, but I've only done one, but it was the same. It was same level as the bachelor's. No different, no more difficult than that. Right now, so far, I've taken managing, you see right here, managing organizations and leading people. This was not a difficult assignment for me. It was the first one. I think there was 2 papers. I can't show you what those are because that would be considered cheating, but didn't find it difficult. Managing human capital. That was not difficult for me. I actually passed it very quickly. However, I worked for a state agency for many years, and I had a lot of experience with human resources stuff. I was actually what you'd call a shop steward for a union. So I did a lot of work negotiating with human resources. And truthfully, if you wanted to beat human resources as a shop steward, you had to learn their job better than they did. And so that was a very simple course for me. And I think anybody that spent any amount of time in corporate America shouldn't have too much of a difficulty completing that course. Now, management communication, that it wasn't hard, but there was a lot more things to do. I think I had, let's see, it was like, I think it was 2 tasks. Yeah, 2 tasks. This one was a little difficult. I don't want to say difficult, but I did have task 2 kickback and I had to revise it. For that reason, I didn't explain my statements good enough. I had to go back and add more clarification to what I was saying. It is it's one of my challenges, is explaining in depth what I'm trying to get across. Now, C212 marketing, that was a pretty simple course. I had no issues with it. I did have to do one more do a revision. Oops. but it was done. It was really quick. I just the revision again. I didn't explain something thoroughly enough. So just make sure that when you're going through and you write your paper, that you're explaining every little bit of how you came to that conclusion and why. How and why. Remember that. How and why. Identify, describe, explain specifically how and why. Remember that. Save yourself some grief. But one thing I can really say that I am pleased about with the MBA program, I've been getting my papers into them, and so far, I've had my papers sent back to me graded within a day or two. It's been so much quicker with the turnaround time. I am very happy about that. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more courses until graduation. I'm currently on the accounting for decision makers. I don't think this will be too much of a problem for me. I feel pretty confident in math, but we will see, and I will let you know. I will make another video after every course. I plan on making a video and just talking about what I felt about that course. If I feel the performance assessment was like if the practice assessment was like the objective assessment, if it was similar or not, what I takeaways from it. This course has a lot of vocabulary to learn. That is going to be my difficulty, is learning the words and remembering the words. Doing the math, I'm not worried about it at all. I can learn the math and not an issue, but vocabulary, that is my weakness. I've been told C214 financial management is a bear. I hear that is a pretty tough course, but still, like I said, I've gotten through 4 courses, and I have I have all the way until the end of February. So I have December, January, February, 3.5 months to get these done. And I feel very confident that I'll at least get these done, and hopefully more. But if I only get this done, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's more than 50% of my course. And I'm happy, but I am going to try to get as far as I can. If I can pull it off, and maybe I can graduate by February, time will tell. Wish me luck. But like I said, I will make a video after every single course I pass from now on. I will put it up there and try to help you out the best I can. If any of you guys are still in your bachelor's program and you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Send me a video, a question, and I'll do my best to answer it. No, I've had some people ask me for my notes or ask me for my papers. I'm not going to do that, guys. I'm not going to cheat. This is something, you need to put your own effort into it, and you got to do what you got to do to pass your classes. I don't mind giving you hints. I don't mind pointing you in the right direction. I don't mind pointing you to resources, but I'm not going to do your work for you. You need to do that yourself. I mean, that's the whole point of being an adult and going to school, is putting in the effort, kind of like some of my employees. It's not meant to be simple. It's meant to challenge you a little bit. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to go on with my day. Please like and subscribe. My whole goal for this channel is to help people be successful and to maximize the return on investment of their life. There's no reason to spend a ton of money trying to keep up with the Joneses if you can do the same thing for much less and enjoy yourself for the rest of your life. Because guys, long story short, I love WGU. WGU has been amazing to me, and I've graduated for very like pennies on the dollar compared to other colleges. I literally I spent more money at community college getting nowhere compared to going to WGU, getting my bachelor's, and now going to be having my master's. I will have spent more money in the community college than I did here. And so that makes my return on investment great. I mean, some people, let's say they go to Ivy League school, or let's say they go to a state college and they're spending 20-some thousand dollars a year. They're not going to make much more money than I am, and they're going to have a much bigger student loan bill to take care of, right? So getting a college degree does not guarantee you're going to get a good paying job. It does not. So why spend that much more money on a different college? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, thank you guys. Talk to you later.